Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, it's the day before I get my test results, and I'm kind of nervous. Um, but today I want to talk about a little bit about why doctors make me nervous, why I think doctors make me nervous, and maybe not necessarily the positive side of doctors, but I'm just gonna kind of like explain it. I knew on my channel that I wanted to be as open as I can about the situations that I go through with my health issues and uh, my disability and all of that. And I think that sometimes talking about things help. And I know that because I post my life on the internet, I don't have to share every detail of my life. But there is some things that I do want to share. And I want to share the reason of why doctors make me nervous. So, I was born with a birth defect called congenital diaphragmatic hernia, also known as CDH. Basically, that birth defect, a lot of things went wrong. Basically, I had a lot of my insides in the wrong spot. It caused a lot of issues. And as a baby, I had, surgeries to put things back in the right place. And I was on a feeding tube as a baby. I think I was on oxygen as a baby, I'm not sure. Anyways, I was on a lot of things. Very sick as a baby. And then I think it was around the time I was about a year old, I got off the feeding tube. And I had a pretty normalist childhood. Until I was like 19 and I started having health issues again. Found out I had a hernia and gonna go get that fixed, and I'm trying to word this in a way where the people that were involved don't sound bad, because that's not the point. Basically, we found out I needed to have surgery because I think this was when I had a hernia. Okay. I've had a lot of health problems in the last few years, so I think this was the time we found out that my hernia came back, so I needed to have surgery to fix it, obviously, and we went with a general surgeon instead of a specialist. The problem was that this guy, because he was a general surgeon, he didn't really know what he was doing. He hit a nerve in my stomach, which partially paralyzed it, which is what gastroparesis is, and it also slows down my digestion. So, after that, I was in the hospital for a couple of days. I was, we didn't really know what was going on. I was on like a specific diet I didn't really feel any better, so the surgeon told me to eat whatever I wanted, and hopefully because um, I had like so much scar tissue that hopefully I just feel better in a few days. Went to this guy's office and like for a checkup, and I wasn't feeling much better. Basically, we didn't really know what to do, so we decided to go like with a different doctor, and they asked me if I had a gastric emptying study, which is where you eat some food, you see how long it takes to digest it, and if it's not digested within so many hours, that means you have gastroparesis. So I had that test done, and the results came back that I had gastroparesis. So I started on a gastroparesis diet, which is basically you eat low fiber. There's not like a lot of fruits and vegetables involved because of the fiber in it. Eat small amounts. Like I ate like toddler size meals every like 2 hours. Um, I did that for a few years, and then here about 2 years ago, I guess it was, I started having health issues again. I got very sick, and it got to a point I couldn't hold anything down besides like liquids. So at that point, I was on protein shakes for a long time, and um, that was how I was getting my nutrition, with protein shakes. Then I started getting sick again, and I could only hold down my food like 30 minutes to an hour. And so let me go back. At one point in my health journey, I could only hold down food like an hour to 30 minutes. And then I got on the protein shakes, and then eventually I couldn't hold down hardly anything besides certain kinds of candy. And at that point, um, I started doing where like I ate anything I wanted just once a day, and then I would get sick like an hour later. I eventually lost a lot of weight and went to go see a different doctor, and they're like, hey, you need to be put on a feeding tube, and by your next visit you're probably getting one. So by the second visit, I got my feeding tube placed. I started gaining really good weight on it. I actually have a separate G tube and a separate J tube. So my G tube goes to my stomach. That's the kind that most people get. And then my J tube goes to my intestines, and that's where I get my feedings from. So, okay, so anyway, here, where was I at? I I totally lost my thought. Um, anyways, I got put. They told me that by the next visit, I would be needing to be put on a feeding tube, and so, um, they put me on a feeding tube like right at a year ago, and I have gained really good weight on it. Um, I decided that I wanted to share my journey, and so I started sharing my journey online, having special needs and health issues, and um, kind of like, I don't know, advocating and stuff for people with, disabilities and health issues. And it really, because of the things that I've been through in my life, I really wanted to turn it around for something good. I know that a lot of people say that things like that don't seem fair. Like, why would you like go through health issues and things like that? And I know it doesn't seem fair at times, but I really wanted to turn it around for something good. And I know that me sharing my journey on my channel has really helped me. Being able to sit here and you know, even though I'm talking to a camera, I know that y'all are, you know, listening to the video and that it's helping someone, rather that's somebody with health issues themselves or somebody learning what somebody else's life is like. I really do appreciate every single person that watches. It's really helped me over the years to be able to talk about these hard things and me to kind of, I guess you could say, feel a relief from talking about it. Because I have really been through a lot in my life with, you know, my health and things like that. And I think that it's really important that I share my journey to help others. So thank you to all my new subscribers, to all those that have subscribed. I really appreciate it. If you are new, be sure that you do subscribe because I have been posting daily videos. I go mostly daily. Every once in a while I'll miss a day, but mostly daily. And I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.